Relationship compatibility analysis between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. In this video, I'm going to break down Angelina and Brad's life path and their combination to see what could have gone wrong. If you like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to get your free numerology reading, click the link in the description box below. In numerology, your life path numbers besides your expression and heart's desire are the most important numbers in your charts, and as such their compatibility is very important to the well-being of your relationship. Now, looking at Brad's and Angelina's chart, it's easy to see why the relationship is challenging. Brad's 4 and Angelina's 5 are the polar opposites, but interestingly, this combination is also why they were attracted to each other in the first place. And in Vedic astrology too, Angie's moon in Pisces is strongly connected to Brad's moon in Sagittarius. This means Angie could not have resisted Brad. She was magnetically attracted to him. So let's take a look at Angelina's life path, which is 32 reduced to 5. The key to her personality is freedom. Angelina loves travel, adventure, variety, and meeting new people. She possesses the curiosity of a cat and longs to experience all of life. She loves to be involved in several things at the same time, as long as she's not tied down to one area. She likes change, new things, and new horizons. She makes friends easily. Her personality is upbeat and often inspiring, attracting people from all walks of life. She has a way of words and an uncanny ability to motivate others. People with the life path 5 can be in sales, advertising, publicity, promotion, politics, or any profession that requires your communication skills and understanding of people. The reason her being an actress and UNICEF ambassador. She could lack discipline and order. She can also be impulsive, doing or expressing things she regrets later. Freedom and a need for adventure sometimes is not properly controlled by those born with this life path, causing problems with drug abuse, overindulgence in food or sex, or generally abusing the gift of life. This explains why Angie had been married twice already, was known for having many affairs with her co-stars and even with other women. She is sensual and loves to taste all of life. For Angelina, sex, food, and other sensory experiences are essential to the enjoyment of life. She finds it difficult to commit to one relationship, but once committed, she can be faithful. The reason Angie made big sacrifices for Brad, like giving up all those other lovers and her freedom, and being hopelessly devoted to him. She is multi-talented and possesses a variety of diverse abilities. She may have been perceived as a wild child by adults and a source of concern by her family. Now, looking at Brad's life path, which is 13 reduced to 4. Brad is practical, down to earth, with strong ideas about right and wrong. He is orderly and organized, systematic and controlled. He is decisive and methodical, employing a step-by-step rational approach to problem solving. Once committed, he does not give up easily. He is not one for get-rich-quick schemes. Rather, he uses hard work and long hours to build a business or career. He seeks to establish a solid foundation. Precise, tenacious, and persevering, has great potential for success, but only after putting out effort and overcoming the limitations he so often encountered. Brad was known to knock himself out in acting classes and endured many crappy jobs while working his way up the Hollywood food chain. So justice and honesty are sacred to him. He is reliable and dependable, a cornerstone in the community. Though not an idealist, he is willing to work for a better world in a realistic way. That's why his involvement in many charities with Angelina. However, he can be rigid in his ideas and sometimes too quick to judge his fellow men. He is loyal to those he loves and works well with others. It's important that being part of a team, he has his own responsibility and well-defined task. He is better able to perform when his responsibilities are not overlapping with those of others. But he has to be careful not to be bossy and rude. he possesses this rare discipline and perseverance that not everyone can keep up. Brad can handle money carefully and likes the security of a nest egg. His love of work often leads him into a career early in life. Because of his methodical nature, he can easily become rigid and stuck in convention. He can also be overly cautious when changes are necessary. This can cause him to miss opportunities that present themselves. Flexibility is much needed in his character. He is well suited for marriage and often becomes a responsible, loving parent. For instance, his marriage to Jennifer Aniston lasted 4 years and to Angelina 12 years, and he has 6 children. However, anything that violates his profound sense of order, such as a separation or divorce, can be a shattering experience for him. He recently admitted turning to alcohol to escape the guilt and pain he felt when his marriage crumbled. Brad also has a 13 karmic debt in his chart. Those with a 13 karmic debt will work very hard to accomplish any task. Obstacles stand in the way and must be overcome time and time again. One may often feel burdened and frustration by the seeming futility of one's efforts. There may be desire to surrender to the difficulties and sometimes simply give up on the goal, believing it was impossible to attain in the first place. Some with the 13 karmic debt fall to laziness and negativity, but efforts are not futile and success is well within reach. One simply must work hard and persevere in order to reach the goal. Many highly successful people in all walks of life, including business, art, and athletics, have a 13 karmic debt. So, what makes this relationship challenging, and could it have been saved? Brad likes routine and predictability, while Angelina prefers change and the unexpected. Brad is drawn to Angelina's daring, adventurous, dynamic, and energetic life. On the other hand, Angelina admires the control and discipline Brad seems to have. These qualities attracted them to each other and they fell in love in the first place. Quite often, this combination makes for a dynamic relationship comparable to a roller coaster ride. So it is not difficult to conclude that this combination can only survive if their mutual love is strong enough to give each other room to live the lifestyle of their respective choices. There is nothing gained by trying to change a partner. It's important to note that their needs are simply too far apart. Brad will have to accept the fact that Angelina is not predictable and therefore Angelina will never be happy living a too structured life where everything can be forecast. And Angelina should make peace with Brad's need for a more organized and controlled environment. There are other attributes too that can be noticed in their chart, like the very different attitudes. Angelina is sensual and feels totally comfortable with other people. Angelina is more social and probably has a wild streak. We all know Angie is a wild child, has always been, and she doesn't care to hide. Brad can be social when the occasion calls for it, but Brad will always keep a certain amount of distance. When choosing company, Brad is more discriminate. Although as a rule more conventional and careful, Brad can, when the occasion is just right, reveal an extrovert, even outrageous side. When it comes to opinions, Brad and Angelina will find themselves on opposite sides more often than not. Brad may be Republican, while Angelina votes Democrat. Brad needs somewhat structured spiritual connection. Angelina's spiritual world is very imaginative and more changeable. Brad may be much more willing to accept rules and regulations, while Angelina will try to break with every opportunity. Of course, these are just examples to give you a picture of what this combination may bring about and should not be taken too literally. Interestingly, this kind of relationship can be very powerful and long-lasting. The key to achieve this is not to take yourself and your concepts too seriously, something Brad in particular may have to work on, and maintain his sense of humor. If he can do that, they will be able to enjoy each other's company instead of getting irritated by the differences they encounter. So keep in mind that opinions are just opinions with relative values. Sometimes we find ourselves confused, attaching the same importance to our opinions and moral convictions And when that happens, it is no longer possible to enjoy or build on the differences. For Brad and Angelina, this is where the danger lies in their 4 and 5 combination. Once the differences become so important, you can no longer appreciate your partner. The end of the relationship is unavoidable. Unfortunately, this could have caused the demise of their marriage. This is only an assumption, but if Brad and Angelina had worked on these 2 qualities, tolerance and open-mindedness, they could have built a happy and healthy relationship where Angelina's adventurous spirit and energy and Brad's control and discipline would have helped their relationship to flourish.